What's up guys, English Dan back with another video. Today I've got something you've all been waiting for. It is the Liberty 3 Pro from Soundcore. I'll tell you more about them in a second. Welcome back guys. So just before I get into the review, if it's your first time at the channel, if you can hit that subscribe button, it makes life a lot better for me. Also helps the channel obviously, and if you like the video, make sure you like the video. That way I can get out a little bit more and people could be exposed a little more to the fat Englishman. Anyway, let's talk about the Liberty 3 Pro. These have been eagerly awaited. These are the follow-up to the Liberty 2 Pro and the Pro Plus that came out earlier this year. And let me say, they've well been worth waiting for. Really. So let's get into the unboxing first and get that out of the way. Soundcore always do a good unboxing experience. They always have with the higher end stuff, and this is no different. So it all folds open like a book, and you can see on the right hand side there under the plastic, there's your earbuds and there's the case. And the spine of this case, that's where you get all your ear tips and your ear fins. And then on the left it shows you how to fit these into your ears, and you do fit them a little bit different. They don't just slide in, you have to put them in. I'll show you. But yeah, make sure you follow the instructions on how to put these in. And then inside there's a wallet that comes out, and that has the USB-C charging cable, and it also has the paperwork that you normally get. So plenty of stuff in there, but a quick unboxing. So let's talk about these earbuds. I mean, that's why you're here after all. You don't really care about the unboxing. I mean, if you do, just let me know in the comments and I can talk about the unboxing for the next hour if you really like, as long as you promise to watch it. Just kidding. These earbuds, let's talk about build quality first. Soundcore are always known for their build quality with me, no matter whether it's a $50 set of earbuds or the high-end earbuds like the Liberty 3 Pro. Liberty 2 Pro were the same, the Air 2 Pro were the same. Really well made. Case is really nice. Doesn't have the soft rubber touch this time. It has a smoother touch. I do wish it had the soft rubber touch, but it is a smaller case. Not by much, but it definitely is smaller. It's more pocketable, more manageable, let's say. And, you know, yeah, I do like the case. I've always liked the way Soundcore make the cases. They're just easy to carry around. So, yeah, everything's plastic. So what? Yeah, blah, blah, blah. But it has the slip top lid, so slides open and close just like this. As you can see, the earbuds sit inside this box, no problem. It's all very nice. There's a couple of white lights underneath here. Just a couple, just lets you know that they're in there charging up. I don't know whether you can see that. Let's have a look. There you go. You can see them right there. You also get 3 lights on the front to let you know how much juice is left in these. Obviously, I've been using these quite a lot since I've had them. I've had them for, I want to say, a couple of weeks now, and I've been using them daily. So, yeah, I can tell you quite well what I think about these. But yeah, build quality on the case, fine. The lid isn't flimsy or doesn't rattle or anything like that. There's no ports or anything other than the USB-C port, and then there's the button on the back that you reset. Well, if you want to reset the earbuds to pair them with another device. So pretty standard, easy case. Does have wireless charging on this as well, just like the Liberty 2 Pro did, so you're not missing out on that feature. When it comes to the earbuds themselves, I think Soundcore did a really good job of upgrading the actual earbuds. They're not as big, or don't feel as big anyway, as the Liberty 2 Pro did. They do seem to have made them smaller. They do have this more of a glossy finish over here. It gives it that kind of smart look, if you know what I mean. They're very classy looking earbuds. And then you've got the silver trim around the edges. You've got your charge pins at the bottom here. And then this is obviously the flap. And when I take this off, you can see there it's like a copper. These things are really well made. There isn't any ugly seams or gaps or anything garish or anything like that. Again, nothing cracks or anything like that. And let me just give a shout out to Soundcore for these ear tips. Okay, so they're super simple to go on. A lot of times you can fight with ear tips to get them on. These just clip on and you think, surely they're not going to stay on. But these things stay, really do. So the design on the ear tips for these, bravo. Bravo Soundcore, you did a good job when it comes to the ear tips. But yeah, build quality on the actual earbuds themselves is top end. It's as good as any earbud you'll get out there. That includes the AirPod Pro, that includes the Sony XM3, XM4, Bose, anything like that. The build quality on these are great. Let's talk about battery life. Battery life on these, up to 8 hours. On the actual earbuds, up to 35 with the actual case. So outstanding battery life on these things. I've been getting about 7.5, but I do listen to my earbuds on full blast. Yes, everyone tells me, oh, Dan, you're going to damage your hearing. Well, I'm only 5 years away from 50, so I think that damage is already done. Just saying. So, but you can always save your own ears. Just think of that. But no, yeah, I listen to my stuff on full blast, and battery life on these has got me through all day at work, no problem. And when you drop them in the case, obviously they're just going to start charging again anyway, so no problem. Battery life on these is as good as ever. No worries when it comes to battery life. Let's talk about the app, because obviously these work with the Soundcore app. They're the Liberty series. Of course they do. Most things, even the Live series, work with the app. And I say it every time, and I stand by it still today, that the Soundcore app is the best app available on any audio device that you can buy, whether that's a Bluetooth speaker, headphones, earbuds. The Soundcore app is just head and shoulders above everybody else's. So at the top of the app, you can see there that you get the actual headphones themselves, earbuds. It'll show them in black. They do come in black, blue, grey, and white. Yeah, it shows you the battery life on each earbud, and it shows you the battery life left on the case. And then if you go down to the next one, you'll see noise cancelling, enable Hear ID ANC. So that's where you basically put your active noise cancellation on. And let me tell you, the active noise cancelling on these is really good. It really does block out a lot of the noise that would interrupt you throughout the day. I was very impressed with it. It's better than what it is on a lot of other earbuds that you can get, especially at this price point and more. These really do punch above their weight. And that's something I do say about Soundcore all the time, but it's just a fact. It's not, I'm not paid by them or anything like that. It's just my opinion. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. It's as if Soundcore asked me what I want out of a set of earbuds and then made them for me. They're just that good. Anyway, back to the app. Next is normal, so that takes the ANC off and turns off transparency, because these do have transparency also. So the next one down is transparency mode. With transparency, you get different settings. So you get fully transparent, so you can hear everything in. You also get voice, so you just let voices come through, or voice enhancement. Now, I don't know whether that's only on my app, because I'm running a beta app right now, but I'm not sure whether that's something that's going to be in the full release app. We'll find out. And then you do have wind noise reduction, and this works quite well, because we've had a couple of days this last week or so where it has been quite windy, and it's cut out the wind noise, so people couldn't hear it or anything like that. It's been well working. Next, you have the Hear ID 2.0 on this. So you've seen it before. You go through, you select, you press the buttons when you hear a certain noise, a certain frequency, and it tunes the headphones into you. I actually prefer using the built-in equalizer and the custom sounds, but yeah, it is there if you want to use it. Also, under the sound effects, it has something here that I don't think I've seen on any others. So the top one's Hear ID sound. That's like I was telling you, where you basically tune these to how you hear. Next one down is interesting. 3D surround sound. Now, as you can see, you can't use that with LDAC. Oh, it's just the way it is. This 3D surround sound does actually sound different. It does do a pretty good job of simulating 3D surround sound. I was quite surprised. Then you got the default equalizer. So when you go into the default equalizer, that's where you get all your signature Soundcore, bass reducer, bass booster, dance, electronic, things like that, so you can select from there. And then you have custom, that lets you choose how you want to listen to the music yourself, and you can move the channels up and down to how you feel you prefer to listen to them. Quite honestly, I like the signature Soundcore and the electronic custom app that's built in there. They're just fine for me. Then you got sound mode, so that's choosing between LDAC and regular. So this was on the Pro Plus as well. So it does take 10 seconds to switch over if you go to LDAC, and if you're going back, it takes 10 seconds again, and it reboots the earbuds each time. Obviously, the next one's down is controls, and you can, just like you can with most Soundcore products, you can actually customize the way you use your earbuds with touch controls. So that's a nice feature. I mean, you can change everything, really can. Last but not least, you've got the More settings, which has the device list, lets you know what devices you've got, wearing detection. So basically, when you pull them out your ears, it'll stop the music. When you put them back in, it'll start the music. Nice feature that I like. Some earbuds don't include that, and it drives me nuts. Also has the tip fit test. So this will test your fit. So if you're unsure whether you've got the right fitment on this, just run that. And when you first set up the phone in the app on your phone, it will go through that test for you, so you will know that you've got the right size tips on there, so it gives you optimum sound quality. Auto power off, so if you've just not been using them, you just leave them around, they will power off after 30 minutes, saving that battery life, and then you can update the firmware through there as well. So overall, the app is really good. It always has been. It's more of the same with a bit more added on. Soundcore just nail it with the app every time. So let's talk about the sound on these things. I know that's the big important part. A lot of people try to tell me nowadays, well, sound isn't the most important part, convenience is, because I love to be able to just open the lid and my AirPods attached to my iPhone, but they don't sound great. No, people, I'm sorry to say. If you're using something to listen to music, the listening experience is the main thing. You can come after me all you like. It's just the way it is. So straight out about these, I have ACAA 2.0, and I can't remember exactly off the top of my head, so let me just hold the box and tell you exactly what ACAA stands for. Alright, you can shoot me, whatever, it's just, I'm getting on a bit, alright? Astral Coaxic Acoustic Architecture 2.0. What is that? So it's the latest version of the groundbreaking coaxial driver technology. With its upgraded structure and materials, pure sound is delivered directly to your ears. Bass is strong, mids are enhanced by about 150%, and treble is increased by 460% for an ultra-wide and immersive soundstage. Let me tell you, these things sound great. I do know I think they have a 10.6mm driver in there, and then they have the Knowles balanced armature in there as well. So the same kind of setup as what you got in the Liberty 2 Pro, but it's the next versions going forward. And they do sound better than the Liberty 2 Pro. These do actually sound on a par. I'm just going to throw it out there, and people might frown at me, and other people in the tech community might, who don't listen to these things might, raise the eyebrow, but I don't care. This is what I think, and I know a lot of people who follow me on here like Soundcore as well, and like what they give you, and for me, these are every bit as good in sound quality to the AirPod Pro. In fact, they're better than the AirPod Pro. They just sound better than them. They do, it's just a fact. And they are every bit as good sound quality-wise, to me, as the Sony XM4. Much more expensive. Why would you bother when you've got these? The bass that comes out of these is a really smooth bass. Imagine the Liberty 2 Pro bass, but enhanced, clearer, more clarity to it. It's just a nicer bass yet again. It's like they've refined them to just give you a silky smooth low end, and it sounds fantastic. The mids come through really nice and clear. They, even in bass heavy songs, they don't struggle, they don't lose any of their mids, the lows don't spill into the mids or anything like that, and then your highs come through perfectly well detailed. And like I do with me anyway, I have to bring the highs down a little bit because they can be a little bit too high for me, but because you've got the app, whether you're on iPhone or on Android, you can control that with the app. So if you find that these do have a little bit too much high end for you, you can pull it back, no problem. But yeah, sound on these things is just great. Listening to everything. Acoustic, Aaron Lewis. Everyone knows I like Aaron Lewis. He just sits there with his guitar and he sings, and it sounds amazing. It's like you can hear the individual strings on his guitar, the breath in his voice as he's singing. Just details come through so well. But then if you go through to the other side of music where it's really bass heavy, like EDM, dance music, the bass on these will rumble your brain. It's just so good. And Soundcore are great at that when they have these earbuds that are so versatile, and these are top of the pops when it comes to that. These can do and do play anything. Anything sounds good on these, especially if you work with the app and you choose the equalizer that you like. If you use one of the signature sounds that's in there, there's tons of them. And if you just work through them with the type of music you're listening to, I swear, you're going to absolutely adore these. I listen to a wide range of music, like really wide range. People look at me sometimes and they're like, how can you go from listening to Adele to Firestar by The Prodigy? I don't know, it's just the way I am. I like that kind of thing. I like variety, and no matter what I'm listening to, they sound great on these. So let's talk about the active noise cancelling a little bit more. So active noise cancelling on these, once you do enable it, it does block out noises like air conditioner. Somebody talking to me, like I can have my wife 7 or 8 feet away from me and I can't hear her at all. people at the office come to my door. If I've got my head down, I have no idea they're there until I look up or they tap the table or wave their arms in front of my face. I have no clue that they're there. And it's also not one of those that causes pressure in your ears. I know on active noise cancelling on some headphones, I can get this pressure build-up sometimes and it can get uncomfortable. I don't get that with these whatsoever. So the noise cancelling on this does work really well. Same as the transparency mode. Transparency mode on these is really good because you've got the 3 different steps. And 2 of them are for sure going to be coming through. Like I say, I don't know whether the voice enhanced beta version is going to come through, but definitely the first 2 work great, where it's let everything in or just voices. And the other good thing is with transparency, and what I found with a lot of other headphones in transparency mode, is once you've let that transparency in, it removes the quality from the music. Well, these don't. They still keep that nice low end and details still come through clear. So that's a big bonus. I don't know whether you've had earbuds before or headphones that have transparency. You'll notice you'll lose some of that. It's not quite as dynamic once you let the transparency in, which, you know, is probably to be expected, but Soundcore have done a good job to keep that at an extreme minimum, if at all. So, yeah, really good when it comes to transparency in ANC. So overall, would I upgrade these if I had the Liberty 2 Pro or the Pro Plus? Yes, I would. I think these are a step above. They're certainly better than the Air 2 Pro. Even though the Air 2 Pro are good, they are a different level again. These are so comfortable to wear. I have no ear fatigue with them. My ears don't get hot. The battery life is great. They just last and last and last. The case is very pocketable. It's very easy to walk around. I wear a lot of pocket tees and I just throw my earbuds in the pocket and forget about them. So very, very comfortable when it comes to using and carrying them. Sound on them is, like I say, they're as good as anything I've listened to. Soundcore have nailed it. They nail it every time, and they've nailed it again here. Knocked it out the park. I know I'm boring saying that all the time about them, but they really have. Just sound great. And let me just, when I'm talking about sound, let's talk about LDAC. They do support LDAC. So what LDAC is, it's higher bitrate, gives you higher clarity music, sounds, let's say, which is good and all. It is good, but it gives you less distance if you're walking away from the actual device. The Bluetooth range will not be as strong, and also if you're in built up areas. So say you're going to work on the bus and you're going through the city and things like that, a lot of tower blocks and things going on around you, you can find with LDAC, and that's not just these, it's LDAC in general, that you can get some interference. So just bear that in mind. LDAC's probably really good for when you're just at home and you want to listen to it that way. It does consume a bit more power as well, just so you know, but that's the trade-off of using LDAC. But when you don't use LDAC, they still sound fantastic. In fact, I'm going to say there's very little difference between the two. Don't get me wrong, there is a difference, but it's not a massive monster difference where you're going to be like, oh, God, I can't listen to this because it's not LDAC. You will be quite happy without using LDAC. And also, just before I finish this review, charge these for 15 minutes, you get 3 hours playtime out of them. So as you can see, there's just tons of bonuses when it comes to the Liberty 3 Pro. Also, they use Bluetooth 5.2 and they're IPX4 rated, so you can work out in these. Obviously, Bluetooth 5.2 is the newest version as well. So a lot going for these earbuds. And the big important thing, they're $169. Which I think is great value when you consider these other earbuds are $350, and these are right up there with them. So don't balk at the price at $169. Soundcore have got you covered in every level you want to be at, whether it's $50 or less, all the way up to the $169 Liberty 3 Pro. And I think they're outstanding value. I highly recommend them to anyone. If you've got the Liberty 3 or the Liberty 3 Pro or even the Pro Plus, yes, I would go out and buy these. More comfortable, more refined sound, really good battery, LDAC support, quick charge. I'm just repeating myself, I know, but I'm trying to emphasize how good these actually are, and I just want you guys to know that you can save money and get a product that's as good, if not better, than a lot of the more expensive versions. Alright guys, this is English Dan. They are the Liberty 3 Pro, and I will catch you in the next one. Laters.